Thank you for having me. This is a personal journey, one that paves the path to my own personal healing and ultimately reveals why I chose social work as a profession, or should I say why social work chose me. The title of my story is called The Oldest Little Boy in the World. I've become an expert at fixing children who got left behind. Those who, like me, who once felt shiny and new, but are now bruised and blue. And I wondered, what good was my master's degree if I couldn't be the master of me? I remember it was a gloomy Sunday afternoon, a day that felt like one where ghosts would gather to mourn the murder of dreams, where a latchkey kid like me sat rocking back and forth, slowly melting like a polar ice cap, frantically praying for someone to unlock the mystery of my misery. When you're little, you're supposed to be excited for things like Christmas presents, Saturday morning cartoons, summertime, someone who loves you. And why didn't he love me? Protect me instead of being a crooked shifting shadow with a soul as transparent as screen doors, wearing the stench of lust as loud as May blossoms. And there aren't enough blankets in the world to hide under when you live with a monster. He will find you. And no matter how creative I thought I was in this twisted game of hide and seek, he would always find me. Growing up with a damaged dignity is easy when you spent your childhood on your knees. And you think with my age and education, I would have worked it out a little sooner. But how in the hell could my spirit rise when my head had been trained to stay down? He must have loved me, right? Right? So now I write like some literary savant, scratching out words as loud as school bus brakes. I write because the memories that could have been will never be. I used to wonder, how could I truly love someone when all I knew about love was not to do what's been done with me? And then I realized that it was not my fault. That because of him, I became a verb in past tense, an unwilling subject in sentences that kept on running and running and running. He crushed my innocence, killed any sense of normalcy. His kiss was fist, was push, was punch, was choke, and I was all that was. And now, there I sat, wearing that shame, living that lie, an emotional misfit asking, why? My voice became as raspy as rusty trumpets. Gray hair pushed through my charred skin to expose this old man. There I was, a boy who knew all too well traveling hands with no passport. I used to act all tough, be angry, get into fights over the smallest things. I stopped crying. Not because I was trying to be all macho, but because I had already run out of tears. I used to pray for someone to come show me what love was because I was tired of pretending I knew. And how could I, when my only lessons in manhood was swallowing his pride? Do you know what it felt like to live in your own private hell? I did. And I just wanted to sleep in peace and wake up happy again. Was that asking too much? I used to believe that it was, but now I know that it wasn't. I realized that I deserved love, support, and grace, that inside me could become a safe space, that I could rely on my own transparency and trust in inner honesty that set me free, that I deserve self-respect and all it brings. I deserve every damn thing. And after all that pain, all that I've been through, after all those things that I pushed way down, I know now that I am more than a 9-year-old burn victim who survived being stabbed, hit by drunk drivers, shot twice, and abused. I am more than that. I am more. I am a father, a brother, a mentor, a veteran, a loving, caring human being. Hell yeah, I got secrets. And like so many others, I've been through some shit. I have scars on my soul and I will never be the same. But I'm making peace with those parts too. I'm beginning to see me where I'm supposed to be. And that there's a reason why I'm still here. A reason why I chose a profession that allows me to use all those experiences and every resource at my disposal to help teens and young adults to never feel worthless or thrown away like I did. So that they are no longer bruised and blue. And somewhere between then and now, I learned a new skill: survival. And now I can finally master and be the master of me. I'm so proud to be on track to reclaiming my own dignity and taking back my life. By revisiting the parts deep down inside, I am learning to feel alive again, to reclaim my pride, my health, my whole damn self. So that something as simple as keeping a job, protecting my kids, providing for my family, and loving someone special ceases being a post-traumatic struggle. No more. This pain no longer isolates me because self-love insulates me. My head is raised high now. High because I continue on my journey to understanding that acceptance of my past can bring a healing that creates healthy relationships for my future. Damn, it's going to feel so good to finally feel free. This rediscovery is teaching me to accept the support that I needed to recover from my trauma and to break the cycle of silence that leads to a toxic masculinity. I've used everything I know to get back here. Things like prayer, creative writing, poetry slams, acting, aromatherapy, music, meditation, keto, even yoga. But mainly, I sought out supportive groups like the Men's Story Project, which over the last few months has provided me with a tremendous opportunity to be part of a movement of men who share emotional journeys via this positive platform of collective self-expressions. And these invaluable, just truly invaluable connections have helped me to begin to recognize and respect myself and others in a way I never thought possible. I'm beginning to know who I am now. I'm a work in progress, a man whose heart is only just beginning to embrace his past and whose soul is now brimming with the possibility of a brand new joy and inner peace. I'm a survivor who is learning to see past his own experiences and realize the fact is I don't always have to try to fix everything. The designation of my manhood is no longer dependent upon social expectations. Basically, this newfound comfortability with my enemy is creating a vulnerability that evolves my masculinity. I said, this newfound comfortability with my inner me is creating a vulnerability that evolves my masculinity. You see, my story has just begun. And I feel confident that one day these breadcrumbs of wisdom, hope, self-reflection will eventually lead me to the best Michael Guinn I can be. My life is on the right track now. And I like where it's going. Because it's a life where I know that I no longer have to be the oldest little boy in the world. Thank you, Men's Story Project.